Fareweel, ye dungeons dark and deep, fareweel, fareweel to thee. Macpherson's time will no be long, ablow the gallows tree. Say rantinly, say wantonly, say dauntingly, gaed he. And he played a tune, and he danced at a roun, ablow the gallows tree. I've been singing this song, which is called Macpherson's Rant or Macpherson's Farewell, since I was a kid, and I always loved the spirit of it. And I discovered it's written by Burns words, in about 1780 he wrote it. And the tune is by a James Macpherson, who died in 1700, he was born in 1675. And this is an amazing story, and I researched it recently, and I just want to tell you the story before I sing you the song. So James Macpherson was born the illegitimate progeny of a Highland tacksman who was part of the lower mobility of the Highland infrastructure, and a tinker woman, a travelling woman who was beautiful. And the tacksman got himself drunk, and this child emerged out of the process. And the child was taken by his father to live south of Abbey Moor at Kincraig, and he was brought up by his father. Obviously, he was accepted, and he was brought up as a gentleman. And then when he was in his adolescence, early adolescence, I think his father died, and his mother took over. So he spent a lot of his time with his mother, and she brought him up from then on, and he was a fiddler. He was also a good swordsman. And during his early adult life, he spent his time doing a kind of Robin Hood effort, which was taking cattle and taking them and giving them to the poor, basically. And him and his group of friends accomplices were captured in Keith, and he was taken to Banff, where he had actually been born. It's obviously gone back there. And he was taken to Banff and put in the toll booth, and he was sentenced to death. And if you look at the sentence, which is you can find online, one of the charges against him was that he was from Egyptian. He was from Egyptian stock. So that must have been one of the ways that they punished travelling folk. This was not long after Culloden. The legend has it that he composed this song, this tune, the day before his execution. He was taken to the gibbet hill in Banff, and he was about to be executed, and this is his last statement, and this is a true story. Apparently his mother managed to get a reprieve. She went to Turriff and pleaded with whoever she had to plead with, the magistrates or whatever. She got him a reprieve, but the reprieve was coming. But his enemies knew that he was going to be reprieved, so they turned the clock a quarter before, and they hanged him before the reprieve got to them. It was coming over the bridge of Banff, apparently, and they hanged him. And this is his end-of-life litany, really, a rant. And it's the most amazing. I've always loved this song, but I've never really understood the significance of it. Now, James Macpherson lives on in this song, but he also lives on in the story of Banff, because next to Banff is a little village called Macduff. In fact, they're actually one. The brig of Banff links them. Burns wrote this in about the 1780s, and in 1820, a church was built called Doune Kirk, which overlooks the brig of Banff, and out of respect for this man, there is no clock face facing Banff. The Kirk clock was on the other faces, facing the other directions, but on that clock face, there's no clock facing Banff. And how interesting is that? So I'm going to sing the song that's called Macpherson's Rant, or Macpherson's Farewell. Farewell, ye dungeons dark and deep. Farewell, farewell to thee. Macpherson's time will no be long, ablow the gallows tree. Say rantinly, say wantonly, say dauntingly, gaed he. And he played a tune, and he danced at a roun, ablow the gallows tree. Untie these bands frae off my hands, and gie to me my sword, for there's no a man in all Scotland but I'll brave him at his word. Say rantingly, say dauntingly, say wantonly, gaed he. And he played a tune, and he danced at a roun, ablow the gallows tree. There's some come here to see me hanged, and some to take my fiddle, but afore that I depart wi' her, I'll break it through the middle. Say rantingly, say dauntingly, say wantonly, gaed he. And he played a tune, and he danced at a roun, ablow the gallows tree. He took the fiddle into both o' his hands, and he brak it o'er a stane. Say there's nae other hand shall play on thee, till I am dead and gane. Say rantingly, say wantonly, say dauntingly, gaed he. And he played a tune, and he danced at a roun, ablow the gallows tree. Oh, little did my mither think, when first she cradled me, that I would turn a roving boy and die on the gallows tree. Say wantonly, say dauntingly, say rantingly, gaed he. And he played a tune, and he danced at a roun, ablow the gallows tree. The reprieve was coming o'er the brig o' Banff to set Macpherson free, but they put the clock 4:15 and hanged him on the tree. Say rantingly, say wantonly, say dauntingly, gaed he. And he played a tune, and he danced at a roun, ablow the gallows